It's an unusual experience to be pushed together with someone that closely for so long. Like, he was my guy. Like, he was my big brother. And I wish I could have protected him from himself like he protected me from myself. That's the bit that hurts me the most.
The other thing that when I sent you that voice note, I think it was around the time when you'd done a big post about Dave.
Yeah.
And that was, so
You're
you can
really
imagine,
bringing out the big guns today, aren't you? He said, we're really going to talk about some stuff.
Well, this is the perspective. I was looking from the outside in at what you had been going through in that moment, and you were being very open with the journey.
Yeah.
And within all of these unimaginable instances, things that played out in your life, it was really, as someone that's compelled to understand humans and grief and their emotions and psychology, in the hope that it might help me.
Yeah.
You know, I was blown away by your gratitude, even in the wake of your miscarriage, saying things like, I'm so happy I had morning sickness and got to experience it.
Oof. The more sick I got, the happier I was because I knew the baby was healthy. You'll never hear me complain if I'm pregnant.
And then you did a post about Dave, who was your security guard. And even that made me think about people that have been with me for a long time and been right by my side through the storm, before the storm, and that's more grief. That's more life lessons that we don't want to have to learn, right? About
I mean, it's interesting because up until Dave passing, I've lost people that I know of, but like real close people. Like, he was one of the first. And the hardest part for me, like, losing someone like that, and I speak broadly for anybody that's lost someone, is when you've had experiences that no one else knows about. So when you lose somebody that he woke me up every morning and was the last person I'd see close my hotel room door before I went to sleep, and would put on the do not disturb and be like, right, see you in the morning, boss. For years and years and years and years and years, through me trashing a hotel room in Australia when I lost my mind, to me fancying this guy that he told me not today, or having the best success of a song, or selling out a show, or not selling out a show, or having to cancel a show, or he was the person that came to visit me, the first person that came to visit me when I just had my operation, when I was told I couldn't have kids. Like, he was my guy. Like, he was my big brother. Like, when there was turbulence, he held my hand for 9 hours on the plane. Like, when you've gone through those experiences, but you can only grieve alone because no one else has experienced those moments with you, like, that was what was the hardest thing for me, is like, no one else was a part of really our thing. Because it was just me and him. Like, he's my security. Like, he was just, I would make him get on the roller coaster. He'd be like, no, I'll just watch. I'm like, come on. I would make it, and he was so big, and he would just sit next to me, and I'd be like, I know you like it. And like, there was a part of him that I know I only got to see. It's an unusual experience to be pushed together with someone that closely for so long, and to experience theme parks and traveling and airplanes and delays and highs and lows. And we would, after every show, one of my things that I like to do, which I don't often do anymore now because it was our thing, was go for a walk after the show. Whether it was 2 a.m, it was raining, get me outside, I need some air, I need to come back down to earth. I need my ringing in my ears to go, I need to like have a packet of crisps or a sandwich. I just need to and usually no one would be out because it would be late. So I could walk around, like I'd be in the rain, soaking wet, and be like, you're gonna get sick. And I'd be like, germs make you sick, rain doesn't make you sick. So like we would have these conversations, and obviously I knew him, and I knew his own battle with his own sadness and his own, when you tour for a living, when you're on tour, you want to be at home, and when you're at home, you want to be on tour. And there's this like push and pull of like, where do I belong? Like, I want to keep moving, but I crave stillness. But when I'm at home, it's too still. And when I'm on, when you're on tour, it's too much moving and you crave stillness. And then when you're still, it's like, I need to move. So I knew so much about him, and he knew so much about me. And I protected him as much as I could, as he protected me. So yeah, I mean, like one of the most important things for me now, and has always been that because of my dad too, is men need to talk. Like whenever I've got into a relationship, I'm so adamant on my partner having their own life and their own group of friends that they hang out with, like that they talk to and that they do the things that they enjoy. And like, I don't want my life to become your life or to feel like we have to be intertwined all the time. Like women have grown up with blogs and magazines and books and this, that and the other. And that's one of the things I loved about you. And this is why I said yes to talking to you, because men don't talk enough about how they feel. Point blank, you know, and almost are raised to go, be respectful to women, you know, or not, it's not be respectful to yourself, you know. And I watched people react to Dave, who was this big 6'5", tattooed, bald guy, going, oh, you're gonna beat me up, before they'd even spoken to him. And me going, him beat you up? Like, he'd catch a fly in a cup and put it outside, you know? And it's crazy because, the tears. Between Dave and Jamal, and even the baby, like, the things that those people gave me in my life are things that I know I have to find in myself. Like, my anxiety comes a lot from my fear of not being safe. And Dave gave me that. And Jamal always gave me self-belief, which is like my biggest anxieties are self-belief and my fear. And so losing those two people in my life, and then obviously the baby, was just such a huge part of who I want to be in my life and what I want to give to my children one day. I think that's why the grief is so present right now, because I'm in the process of trying to give myself the things that they gave me. Yeah, they're very special guys. And Dave was hard work, hilarious, took no bullshit, and had my back 100%. And I've not had anyone like that since, you know.
In the photos, you both look like jokers.
Oh my God, he was the biggest joker, the biggest clown. He would send me shit while I was sitting in the voice chair to try and make me laugh. And like, we just had all these jokes. Like we lived in this house in Australia together, and it was whale season. So we would watch whales. Like we would sit and have dinner, and then we would sit, when we bought binoculars, and we would sit and watch like the sea and see if we could find whales. And so it became this thing that every time we'd be in the middle of a conversation, we'd be like, whale! And then we'd all run to the window. So it became that thing for years that like, if there was an awkward moment or one of us wanted to leave somewhere, we would say, whale. That was like our code thing. Yeah, random.
And then he'd come up with an excuse for
Yeah. Or we'd just laugh because we'd be like, if someone said something stupid, he'd be like, wow. Like, and it was just like, he just got me, you know? And it's very hard to find people like that. And I do believe that you're right when you said about expectation. I think that when you've experienced, I've had a handful of people in my career that have loved me and seen me and heard me and felt me and understood me and respected me and elevated me consistently, that are still here with me or aren't anymore for whatever reasons, whether they've moved on or they've passed away or and I think it's hard that when you've experienced that to want anything it's weird. Like I sometimes feel safer talking to Dave, this probably makes me sound crazy, at an event and imagining him there than I do with another security guard. And I know that may not make any sense to anyone, but I just imagine him there and I feel safe and I feel calm. So yeah, he's definitely given me a gift that I don't think he even ever knew he did. I don't think he realised how special he was to me. Which I hate. I hate. And I wish I could have protected him from himself like he protected me from myself. That's the bit that hurts me the most. But I know he would want me to live my life as hard as I could, you know, which is why I do try and make decisions that I know only propel me to a happier and more peaceful and secure environment for myself and my future family.
And he's so clearly still with you.
Oh,
as you say.
every day. Same with Jamal and the baby, all of them.